Biking, swimming, running, walking, or any sort of cardio, when utilized as a tool for weight management, is something that's highly overrated. But the same cardio being used as a tool for better mental health and better cardiovascular health is something that's extremely underrated. Hi, I'm Praneeth, and welcome to my show, The Active Hour, where we discuss health and fitness, nutrition, and the blueprint to enhance your vitality. As a kid, I grew up playing a lot of sports, not just during a vacation or like when there was a break from school, but I was consistently playing some of the other sports even during school days. During school days, in the morning I always went out for my run, but after school I used to play either cricket or basketball or soccer, kind of changed from season to season, but I made sure that I played some other sport every single evening. And during the summer break, my friends and I were playing sports throughout the day. Like in the morning after my run, I would go play cricket, and in the afternoon we used to play ping pong, and in the evening we used to play basketball, and end the day with soccer. So basically I was just not confined to one sort of cardio like running or walking. I was involved and I played different kind of sports, which I think is the primary source of foundation for my endurance. Like I mentioned in one of my previous podcasts, I have an exceptional endurance and I'm so fucking grateful for my body. And I was lucky enough to play all these sports, perform all these different kinds of cardiovascular exercises that built the foundation of my endurance that I'm still able to sustain after so many years. And the goal is to retain it as long as I can. Out of all the sports that I grew up playing, cricket and basketball were my ultimate favorites. I was the best fast bowler in my town at that time, and I was the top shooter on my basketball team. I still play basketball really well. I don't play cricket anymore, but I definitely want to get back to playing cricket someday soon. As a kid, while growing up in India itself, my friends and I were huge fans of American sports, and especially the rock bands from the West. We all worshipped and still look up to them like fucking gods. Bands like Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Guns N' Roses, The Doors, Poison, and many others as our heroes. People do a lot of stupid things when they're drunk or like high. Probably get into fights, get into arguments, do like all fucked up shit. But my friends and I, whenever we got drunk or like extremely high, you know what we used to do? We used to just keep listening to rock music all night long. That's all we did. Anyways, we all loved watching sports in general, and especially the American sports like NBA, MLB, and NHL. Except for football, which I got into after I moved to America. At that time, I was a huge Lakers fan. I was, and I'm still, one of Kobe's biggest fans, and I truly miss him. And wherever he is, I'm sure he's in a much better place. I was a huge Yankees fan since I was like 7 years old. Basically, American sports made a huge impact on me and my friends while growing up. Watching NBA increased my love for playing basketball. I started playing basketball when I was in 6th grade, and I still do. So this is a kind of impact that sports can have on a kid. It can help a kid get into sports, play the sport, increase his endurance, increase his athletic skills, and can also have a direct positive impact on his academic career. Sports can also shape and develop a kid's personality to become a leader or a better team player. It all starts with getting inspired, getting motivated, or leading by an example to motivate and inspire people around you. My dad kind of inspired me to get into fitness, to get into running, to play cricket, to watch sports, to be more mindful and disciplined about my nutrition. He kind of led by an example. He didn't specifically ask me to do anything. He didn't specifically push me to get into running. I got inspired by him doing all these activities. So I think it's up to every parent to inspire their kids and lead by an example to stay healthy, to stay fit, and develop a healthier relationship with food, with nutrition, with exercise, and basically staying active throughout the day. And as a friend or a responsible citizen, you can still inspire people around you. And that's what I'm trying to do through my podcast, is to just inspire people around me. And whoever's listening, if you felt or if you feel motivated, that's fucking success for me. I know a lot of my friends who treat cardio as a form of weight loss. They want to walk, they want to run, or they want to bike only because they want to lose fat. Obviously, one of the benefits of doing cardio is it's going to expedite your fat loss. But cardio is just not limited to fat loss. It's a medic to the stress and the anxiety caused from your everyday tasks. Once you stop doing cardio for fat loss, and once you start doing cardio to have better mental clarity, to have better cardiovascular health, to improve your stamina, you are gonna fall in love with cardio. You'll wake up excited to go out for a run. You'll wake up excited to go for a walk or a bike ride or a swim or any sort of cardio, because you'll get addicted to the release of endorphins, which are nothing but happy hormones. These are the hormones that make you feel happier, make you feel relaxed, and make you feel energized after a long run or a long bike ride or any long cardio session. You should not do cardio because you're forced to do cardio or just for fat loss perspective. Change your mindset to, I want to enjoy cardio. Forget about the fat loss, forget about the weight loss benefits. Just enjoy every cardio session, be it your walk, run, bike, swim, or anything, and you'll know the true benefits of a cardio. Can I ask you a quick question? Do you like cardio or do you hate it? Because I know so many folks, they just hate it. They just fucking hate cardio. Oh, I fucking hate cardio. Why do you guys even fucking walk or bike? It's just so fucked up. Oh, it's so dumb that people just run like that. Oh, you run 10 miles? Oh, you're so fucking dumb to run 10 miles without any reason. I was like, alright, fine, you don't have to whine so much because I enjoy it. I feel sad for you that you don't like cardio and you don't do cardio. You should fucking move your ass and stop complaining or criticizing. I've always emphasized on running, but today I'm going to talk about the different forms of cardio. What if you're not a runner? So what are your other options? Some of my other favorite forms of cardio are walking, biking, swimming, rowing, stairs, hiking. And walking is one of the most underrated form of exercise. Most of us, like myself, are passionate about running. We crave the rush of endorphins and the thrill of hitting new PRs. But there's a quieter and a subtler form of exercise, that is walking. Walking is gentle on the body, making it accessible to all fitness levels. You can walk inside your home, you can walk outside. It's the easiest way that you can get your steps in. Walking also has a remarkable ability to clear the mind and reduce the stress. As someone who's always been into running, I haven't explored walking a lot until the past couple of years. A couple of reasons I started exploring other cardio options on a serious level. One, I wanted to get into multi-sport, like doing a triathlon. Doing a full Ironman is one of my ultimate dreams. I've always been into swimming and biking, but I never took them seriously. But once I decided to do a triathlon, I took these two sports very seriously as well. I started training really hard for my bike and my swim. And I did a sprint triathlon in April 2023, for which I hit it out of the park. Being a first time sprint triathlon, I did really good. Another reason being, I have really bad knees, and to be honest, it's mostly because I've been running since I was 9 years old. I'm 33 years old now, so I've legitimately been running for the past 24 years, and it did have a significant impact on most of my bones. From my legs to my upper body to every fucking bone. But I've been taking really good care of them too. And I started walking since the past couple of years. Like brisk walk. It's also just to explore some new forms of cardio. I walk for 10 minutes after every meal, so it's going to help me digest my meal faster. If it's too dark outside to go for a run or a bike, or if the gyms are closed, I just walk in my living room to get my steps in, You can also use cardio as a date. Go out on a walk with your girlfriend. Go out on a walk for your first date. It's actually more fun because I've done it a couple of times. I love to bike. I bought a new bike last year to optimally train for my triathlon, and this is a tri bike. I've always had like normal bikes and a road bike, but this was the first time that I was training on a tri bike. I started to enjoy my bike even more because this runs like a fucking horse. It's like so fucking fast, and it's so much fun to push on this bike. Expensive bikes do make a difference because like I said, the tri bike that I have gives me a huge different feel than a regular bike. Biking improves your endurance. It's way better for your knees, lesser impact on your lower back, legitimately the same high as a runner's high. It's also a beautiful exercise that you can do with a group or with your kids. Like my bike runs at like 25 to 26 miles an hour with like an average of 20 miles. And if I'm riding for like 2 hours, I'll probably be covering around like 45 miles, which is so much fun. I get to see the beautiful view of the city, the beautiful breeze. But above all of these factors, I get an immense joy in long distance biking. Some people like the cold, some people like the hot weather. I love the cold weather. I just hate the hot weather. Anything above 70 is fucking hard for me. Forget about running in the heat. I just hate to walk even when it's hot outside. I barely step out when it's hot and humid. And I love the cold weather so much. I'm like running, I'm doing all my errands. I'm always outside when it's cold. I feel so happy when it's cold. Every year I look forward for the winter. I'll take anything other than the summer. I hate to run in the heat, so I've lately been doing a lot of biking and swimming. Swimming is an excellent full body workout that has very less impact on your joints compared to running. Keep in mind, I'm not talking anything bad against running, or I'm not demotivating you against running. I'm just trying to give you the other forms of cardio that I do along with my running. Everybody loves water because every human being connects with water. It's just like an extension to our emotions. I was lucky enough to know swimming since I was in 4th grade. I was never a fast swimmer, and I'm still not fast. I can swim for 2 hours and I'd still be fine. Like, fine in the sense I can still go on. There are two different types of swims. One is an open water swim, another is a pool swim. Open water swim is a little harder than the pool swim because sometimes it's more colder or sometimes there's a little current. At the end of the day, if you know swimming, you can swim anywhere, either in the pool or in the open water. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend swimming in an ocean. That'll be too fucking stupid. Compared to biking and running, swimming is going to have fewer impacts on your joints. And the equipment too is like bare minimum. All you need is just like a swim cap and swim goggles. That's all. However, out of the 3 sports, if I have to pick one that I'm pretty weak at, and that's swimming, because like I said, I'm not that fast at swimming. The only form of cardio that I've been wanting to do for a long time, I didn't get a chance to learn, I didn't get a chance to do it, is surfing. I grew up in a place that was surrounded by numerous beaches, but none of them had surfing at that time. After I moved to New Jersey, I had access to a lot of beaches, but no one was surfing there. There was no surf classes. During the pandemic, when we were all quarantined at home and there was no way I could go out for a bike or a run, I would just run up the stairs in the house, and I bought a rowing machine, so I would either row or just run on the stairs up and down. So my cardio splits are swim twice a week, I bike 3 to 4 times a week, I run 3 to 4 times a week, and I walk every single day. And I do my cardio only because it gives me so much joy. It helps me stay focused, stay sane, and helps me think better and function better. And for people who hate cardio, the only option for you is use strength training as a cardio. Use low weights and do high reps with short intervals. That'll at least bump your heart rate up and increase your cardiovascular strength. In terms of consistency and timing, it kind of varies from person to person. I personally love to do my cardio as soon as I wake up because it gives me that rush, it gives me that kick, and it gives me that high, which helps me to stay focused and think better for the rest of my day. And I do some sort of cardio 7 days a week, 365 days of the year, because my rest days are like active rest days. And I do it 365 days purely because it's so much fucking fun. Have you ever been consistent for a while and then you slipped out a little bit? If you did, don't worry, because it's completely normal. Because every now and then, it's super normal to take a little detour, wantingly or unwantingly. It's not your fault, sometimes everything's not in your control. But as soon as you realize you're off the track, you can get back on track. Do what you have to do to stay consistent, and you'll eventually be riding on the good track. This is from my personal experiences because I have personally fucked it up so many times. Obviously, I never stopped exercising. I was not wantingly eating bad food or unhealthy food or wantingly in a bad nutrition phase. It just fell off track, and I was lucky enough to realize oh, I'm going off track. And then I did what I had to do to get back on track. I was like, okay, I got back on track. My proportion of being consistent is more than that of being inconsistent. So whenever I fall into the inconsistent track, it's easier for me to come back to my consistent track. It's not because I am fortunate out of the blue. It's because I've trained my body in such a way to have and develop a muscle memory to get back on being consistent. If you're smoking, drinking, and exercising consistently like I did, all of them have a significant deteriorative impact on your endurance. Yes, smoking is fucking beautiful. I was smoking, I was eating a lot of crap, a lot of junk, and I was still running a mile in 9 minutes. But once I quit smoking, and once I lost a lot of fat, I was running, and I still run a mile in 7.5 minutes. Obviously, it didn't happen overnight. It took a course of over 2 years with consistent nutrition, consistent training, better mood, better sleep, and a lot of other factors. But quitting smoking and drinking can expedite your endurance performance levels. I also don't track the calories burned because whatever your watch or your app says, that's a little dramatized. One of the mistakes that I always did was I thought you can burn off all the calories that you eat. So when I used to do all these long runs, like 16 miles, 18 miles and all that, my watch used to show that I burned around like 3000 calories. I'll be drinking a lot of beers after the long run and then eat a lot with the wrong mindset that, oh, I did a long run, so my body is going to be in a very active state, so it's going to burn off everything that I eat, especially in the next hour of the run. And gradually I learned that the amount of calories burnt on a tracker is actually not true. It's almost like a rough or a little dramatized number. It's always good to have a track of how many calories you're eating, how many calories you're burning, but it's not good to completely depend on that. I've heard and read a lot of articles that a lot of people have constipation issues. It's obviously very annoying when you don't have a proper bowel movement. In order to fix it, they do a lot of short-term things like green juice diet or some kind of pills, some kind of weird medic, which might temporarily give them a relief. But all of these are not long-term solutions. You need to adapt your body to a lifestyle where your bowel movements are good, you don't have constipation, and your digestion is good. There are just two simple solutions for this problem. One, you have to fix your nutrition. So you got to eat a lot of fiber, like green vegetables or leafy vegetables, and good carbs like sweet potato, brown rice, white rice. And like I said, you got to eat a lot of vegetables, because if you're eating a lot of protein, you need all these vegetables because there are enzymes from these vegetables that are going to help you break down the protein. Otherwise, the protein is not going to break down and it's not going to digest properly. So vegetables are like mandatory in every single meal. Second solution to this problem is cardio. If you feel constipated, if you feel your bowel movement is not happening properly, or you're feeling too bloated, just go out for a bike or a run or a walk, and trust me, once you come back home, or even probably halfway through your cardio session, everything will get flushed down. So one of the biggest benefits of doing cardio is it'll help you digest properly, it'll help you with your bowel movement, and it'll also help you cure the constipation. There are a lot of disciplined athletes, people who consistently work out, and I feel they're not recognized or appreciated enough. For instance, if you take an athlete, he's so disciplined, obviously he's doing it as a part of his job, but then he's not recognized enough for that. Or someone who is not a professional athlete, but is being super disciplined towards his workouts, towards his nutrition, towards his lifestyle, to lead a healthy lifestyle. Even he's not being recognized for his sacrifices that he's making to lead a healthier lifestyle. Probably there should be a merit. Someone who's maintaining a good physique for his age, for his height, and for the kind of profession he's working in. If I were the CEO, I would give a 10% raise to all the employees who consistently work out and who are constantly striving to having a fit physique, a healthier mind. And before people around them jump in, just because he's exercising doesn't deserve a fucking raise. Because if you do a research and if you get a data out on the employees who work out consistently, they're always excelling at work. It's because they're more motivated, they're more passionate, and they're more focused, so they deserve a raise. 1, for excelling at work. 2, for the consistency and discipline towards their workouts, keeping their mind and body fit. So, be it a bodybuilder or an athlete or anyone who's disciplined towards their health and fitness, he's inspiring and leading an example to the people around him, right? He should get an incentive in basic necessities like groceries, gas, public transportation, internet, or car and health insurance, based on a runner's or a biker's mileage or number of hours someone's strength training for. Every month, he should get a free coffee or a sandwich or even a couple of beers. And if a government does this, it's going to inspire the other citizens to get into fitness, to lead a more disciplined life, develop a healthier relationship with food, develop a healthier relationship with their bodies, and in turn become a healthier citizen and increase their longevity. All of these qualities are going to make them more responsible. And a country with the most responsible citizens will become the best country on this planet. Thank you so much for taking time and listening to this episode, and I hope you liked it. If you did, please leave a review from where you're streaming from, share my show with your friends, and I hope I was able to entertain you. Thank you for tuning in to the Activar podcast, and until next time, be ambitious, exercise every single day, eat nutrient-dense foods, and stay active.